Hello, everybody. My name is Kamar, and today we will be reviewing our 15th installment of Season 2 of Bubble Guppies. Season 2, Episode 15, Bubble Duckies. In this episode, welcome to the Wings Bubble Tucky Air Show. The Bubble Guppies are watching birds take flight, but when a family of flying ducks gets lost in a storm cloud, Molly, Gil, and a friendly little duck named Beep must rescue them. Now, this episode, I remember so much in my childhood. I was always so happy when it came on because I love birds. I love any type of birds. I really do. For those of you who want to know my favorite bird, my top three are flamingos, peacocks, and hummingbirds. They're my top three favorite birds. And this episode, I really like it. I really do. I also love Beep. He is so cute. Every single time I think of Beep, I think of Peep. Who remembers the show Peep in the Big Wide World? That was my favorite show on PBS Kids. But yes. Now for this episode, Molly and Gil, they're both swimming to school and they hear a duck, which is actually a mother duck. And they also see that the mother duck is teaching her babies how to fly. But one of them can't fly, and Gil so sweetly he gives him the name Beep because he said that's the sound he makes. But he makes more like a squeak than a beep, to be honest. Maybe that, but that's how I hear it. It's sort of like when captions, closed captions of whenever Blue's Clues is playing, like instead of how Blue goes bark bark bark, and the captions will say bark bark bark, but I can hear her saying bow bow bow, like a bow bow bow, sort of like that. It's sort of like this, but yeah. And he really wants to fly. He's all sad and stuff, and he just breaks my heart, the poor little baby. But so sweetly, his mother comes back and he hugs him, and then they assure him that he'll learn how to fly someday. And then when they get back to the classroom, they're flying like ducks. There's something about them pretending about animals, especially about them when they fly. I'll mention later on. And then when the guppies get back, I love when they make the after they finish quacking, they make the beep noise, and then Una, Dima, and Nani, they're like beep. Like, what are you talking about? I know that's not what they were thinking, but this one sounded to me. And then they mention that they saw a family of ducks, and they named the littlest one Beep, and they talk about their favorite birds. And we have our question segment about what type of birds are there, and what do birds have to make them who they are. And then we have this. I swear, this is in my top 10. One of my favorite pop songs in the series. If I Could Fly. It's so pure. It's just it's just it's so beautiful. Like, and I will fly, fly till the morning sun, till the morning sun. I fly and fly till the horizon comes, till the horizon comes. And at the end of the day, I fly to the moon at night until I fall out of sight. Yeah, fly and fly until the new day's begun. Like, I love that so much. I love that. And funny story, actually. Also, Molly on the piano. Slay. And Dima, Gobi, and Nani as backup dancers. I love it. I love it so much. Funny story. This was towards the end of my middle school year. I was They had given us like an opportunity to sing a song, on the school's announcer, and I was one of the students who was able to do it. It's sort of like a competition, if I can remember, and they didn't even know it was a Bubble Guppy song. I just sung it because it was one of my favorite songs, because I was watching the episode a lot before that event happened, and I won the competition and I got an A+. So yeah, it's just also this image alone right here. I'm gonna put it up here. This image alone. I know they're supposed to have bird wings. I know. But them flying over the horizon with those wings, those type of wings, gives off a bit more of a holy pure type of look, if you know what I'm saying. It it just this song I could just describe it as pure. It's pure in my opinion. This song is just pure. Pure, pure. But now we have our our instead of a shop segment, it's actually a game show. And I love how Dean was like, "Do you like birds as much as I do?" And then Uma ends up saying, "Yes." I love that. I just love that so much. And then we have like a game show. We're gonna see this again in season 3 and 4. About like it kind of gives off Double Dare in my opinion. Especially there's a part where Diva literally says double bubble, which is really for all you 90s game show lovers. I know you're gonna like this. I mean, if you do watch Bubble Guppies, but yeah, I like it. And the prize a is the golden binoculars, which I really like that too. I really do. I really like it. I really like it. It's just, I mean, Dima, she can really come up with some awesome concepts for her shop segments. I mean, I might as well just call her shop segments because after season 1, I mean, she just took over the shop segments. She just took over the shop segments. She just took over. But now we have our lunch joke, which is onion wings. It's so funny. And Nani chasing after them. They're literally in a tree. Like literally. And I like the little beaks and stuff. It's really funny. And then we have Molly Gill segment, and Gil's putting bird seed in his hand, and he's gonna want a little bird to come and be his friend. But I'm telling you, some greedy pigeons come along. Where I come from, pigeons will do anything, and mostly anything for food. And if you give a pigeon one piece of food, even one pigeon, somehow, I don't know how, but its other friends will come around and thinking this is some sort of catering company. No offense, I love to give out to the homeless, but still, like, who called you? How did you get word that I was feeding you something? My goodness. But now after that, I mean, wait, before that, just the pigeons just like going to town on Gil, having feathers on them. Goodness, oh my gosh, it's really giving have a cow, if you know that scene towards the end of that episode. I ain't gonna say nothing, but yes, now we have in the classroom, Una inviting Molly because Mr. Grouper and her are pretending bird watching, and I'm telling you, this is the cutest. I already said that the segment and from Firefire Guild to the Rescue when they were playing was cute, but this is cute. This is cute, and they're watching birds technically, but it's really Gobi, Gil, Dima, and Nani, and I actually thought about it, and their birds represent something. Gobi as a blue jay, it represents him being like, blue jays. From what I've seen, they're pretty calm and stuff. Gobi can be like pretty calm. He can be pretty calm sometimes, being in his own lane because he's in like a nest. And I love that they use the coral, the green plant in their classroom. Just, oh, I love that. And Gil being a woodpecker because like woodpeckers are like pretty go-ish, and they're like pretty fast and stuff. But if we've seen the accidents Gil got into, him knocking on wood just kind of represents his little troubles that he sometimes tends to get himself into towards during episodes or toward the end of episodes, just saying. And my girl Dima as a hummingbird, whoever thought of this, you are a genius. Because hummingbirds are pretty go-ish as well, like I just said, but Dima, she's the queen of just like going for it. Hummingbirds are super fast. Like they'll be up there, they'll be there, they'll be there, they'll be there, they'll be there. This represents her perfectly, and her humming is just adorable. It's adorable. And Nani as a little penguin, and Una telling him to fly. He says penguins can't fly, but they're really good swimmers. It's adorable, and it represents Nani so well because all the other guppies were tending to be birds that fly, but Gobi, I mean, But Nani, he was pretending to be a bird that couldn't fly, which you could also say it's him being moving at his own pace, which I love that so much. This is one of my favorite ever. I love it. And also, I'll also talk about this and bring on the bugs, but I love how they can actually pretend to be something that can fly. And we're gonna see this again in the Bumblebee Athlon. Like when they're pretending to be something that can fly, it works so well because they're already underwater. So it already looks like they're flying, which I love that. I love that so much. I'm pretty sure there was some occasions where like I'm so jealous. I wish I could actually pretend to be an animal that I'm pretending to be that can actually fly if I can actually fly. Well, it's actually they're not flying, they're swimming because that happens. But ooh, I love it. And then we also have Molly and Gil still talking about hoping if Beep can still fly. It can still fly. And then we have our I'm sorry. Ugh, I have a brain fart right now. Our storybook segment. Goodness me. Our storybook segment, and we have Gobi and Una, which I'm getting pretty strong vibes from the Lonely Rhino when it was Molly and Una too, and they were delivering packages. But instead here we have Gobi and Una delivering eggs first to a chicken, then to a penguin, and then an ostrich, but it's a monitor lizard, and this quote unquote villain is gonna have to go into the category of misunderstood villains because all she wanted was just to get her eggs, and even she asked, "Don't you have any eggs for me?" Poor thing was crying and stuff, and her baby lizards, which is so cute, and the reaction of the chicken when Nani said, lizards have eggs too. It's so memorable. It's so memorable to me. And I'm just happy that the monitor lizard got her happy ending too and got all of her kids. Just so adorable. And them saying mama. So cute. I love that so much. I love that. And then we have our our dance song, Flop Those Wings, which is pretty catchy. I like that. And I also like how Nani has the same beat from the lunch joke, and Dima and Gil have their same beaks from when they were in the classroom. I also love Gil's little woodpecker hair. He has a little red hair at the top. I love that so much. It's so cute. Oh, the details. Ooh, I love it. And then we have another Molly and Gil segment. Gil wanting to try again to get the little bird, but let's just say it doesn't work. It doesn't. And then we have our field trip, which is the Bubble Tucky Air Show, and we're seeing all these birds and stuff, eagles. It's pretty awesome. And then we have the mommy duck from earlier in the episode and her babies, them trying to fly, but once again, Beep is just, he still can't fly, and it sucks. It sucks, man. And even Mr. Grouper, even when he's a father to the Guppy, he's still a father to anybody who's not in their classroom. He even assures him, don't worry, little Beep. Your mommy will be right back. He's a father to us all, bro. He is. And they're flying, and when they see, they're flying right into a storm cloud, and they're gonna get lost. So Gil and Molly have to go, and they even get Beep as well. When Molly says, "Come on, Beep, we have to rescue your family," and just the action scene is really good. I like it, especially in the helicopter. Also, the spring chicken returns. The same spring chicken that was in season 1, because they're flying an airplane, and I love that so much. I love that. I love returning characters. If y'all don't know, I love that. I love that. And then there's even a little bit of a problem to solve. Mr. Grouper saying that the ducks are in the largest storm cloud, but at first, when they have to go in there and get them, they're saying that Gil's saying that that the chicken is saying we can't go in there, it's too stormy. And then at first, Molly's trying to reassure Beep, but then she doesn't see her on her lap when they first took off. And then they see him at the end of the thing, the helicopter leg, and he was trying to fly. And at first, when I tell you, I screamed as a kid. When he fell, when he fell straight down, I was like, ah! Like, I'm telling you, listen, I am somebody. Or even for a split second, and if an animal looks like a goner, I will scream. I will feel like I'm gonna throw up. I will do a lot of stuff that'll make me look like a nervous wreck. I'm telling you. But thank goodness, Beep, he finally managed to fly. He finally managed to spread those wings, get his family. It was tension, but he managed to get his family. Thank God to that. And I even like Mr. Groupers at the end. It's good to have you back. I just love that. And then we have our last Molly and Gil segment, which is Gil once again trying to get a little bird, and he even has like a fake eagle, because apparently I found out that eagles scare pigeons, and at first Gil is pretty confident that it worked, and he even states by saying, "That's right, pigeons, you aren't so brave when a big eagle's around, are you?" But then, Gil, I told you in the past, watch what you say, because you never know. The people's listening. And a real eagle shows up right behind him. But he just, oh my goodness. Chasing him away. Ending the episode. So overall, I really like this episode. I do. So I've always had sentimental value for it because I like birds. I like ducks. It's just, and also I wanted to mention this. Some of the media I watched had some of my favorite media when I was growing up had ducks in it as one of my favorite characters, like Duck from Little Bear, Duck from Sarah and Duck. I'm gonna name one more. I mean, since I already mentioned Peep in the Big Wide World once, so I might as well mention again Quack from Peep in the Big Wide World as well. So yeah, if you can't tell, I like ducks. So I'm gonna give this episode, I'm gonna give it a 9.9. Nah, just kidding. I'm giving it a 10. I love it. It's really good. I love this episode so much. It just makes me smile every single time I watch it. It made me smile when I watched it when I was younger. It just makes me smile. And I love it. And I can tell you, If I Could Fly will forever be just a pure kid version Christian song, in my opinion. So, with that being said, tune in to me next time as we'll be reviewing our next episode, Season 2, Episode 16, Triple Track Train Race. See you all next time.